it be more frustrating than having your internet conked out while you're in the middle of watching your favorite shows online? Ay, teka muna. Let me just rephrase that, ha? Now, nothing can be more frustrating than having your internet conked out while you're doing that research for that module that you have to submit tomorrow, while you're in the middle of announcing something big in a video call with your parents, while you're checking your newsfeeds for things that are happening around the globe, browsing through your social media notifications, scanning through your conversations on Messenger, searching the internet on things that you want answered, in the middle of the best game you probably had all week, and so much more. Now, if you live in an island province like my hometown of Tawi-Tawi, then it's safe to assume that we both have the same problems. And these problems won't be fixed anytime soon.
Oh, hell no!
Well, I guess I'll have to agree with my eloquent friend out there. Towards the end of 2011, we had the first taste of what the internet has to offer us. And by 2012, internet cafes have been springing up like wildfire. You no longer had to travel that 16-hour boat ride from Tawi-Tawi to Bongao just to access the internet. And as you know, sa atin dito sa Tawi-Tawi, karamihan sa atin we have families abroad. So Skype played a very huge role for us to stay connected to our loved ones since international calls were really much more expensive. So as many of our residents started getting connected through the internet, doon naman humina yung internet connection natin dito. So by 2014, halos wala na tayong internet connection dito. Kung meron man, it was really very slow. I mean, it's really funny nga kasi by 2012 and 2013, iniingat-ingatan natin yung mga pocket Wi-Fi's natin from Smart. Pagpasok ng 2014 hanggang 2018, pinaglalaroan lang siya ng mga bata. And that, my friends, is such a waste. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying na walang ginawa ang ating mga internet service providers dito. From 2012 to 2018, both Smart and Globe have been secretly upgrading their networks. But it was still a surprise that by this year, it was Globe who brought us 4G connection instead of Smart. I mean, in the reports gathered by OpenSignal, the state of mobile networks in the Philippines from 2018, it was Globe who was leading in 4G availability, but we really haven't felt that through the years. And they continue to state out that Smart's LTE speed continue to outpace Globe, so maybe that's the reason kung bakit humina ang ating 3G connections dito with Smart sa Bongao. Well, I don't know. Well, one thing I know for sure, with Globe rolling out its LTE connections at 2018, the internet was so much faster. Much more faster than Zamboanga City nga eh. So with 4G internet speeds, things really changed dramatically dito sa province ng Tawi-Tawi. So people here started updating their cell phones to 4G ready. And in just a few months, the Globe at Home prepaid Wi-Fi became out of stock dito sa province. So you had to go to Zamboanga City just to buy a prepaid Wi-Fi. But as many residents started going for the 4G connections of Globe, things started a repeat of 2012. So areas where normally the Globe internet was so fast now had some problems of even connecting to a 4G connection. But the downside of that, nung nawalang connection sa isang area, other areas were experiencing connections for the first time. And there were literally days at a time where we don't even experience any connection, not only for the internet but also for your SIM cards. And the reason for that was, well, Globe sent a message that they are upgrading their system. Well, I guess it's probably true. I mean, what other reason could you think of for a service provider to stop providing its services? I mean, with all their equipment out here and all the switches are turned off, then they'll be losing millions, right? So in the first quarter of 2020, Smart made a comeback. And it was a pretty good comeback. I mean, they first started giving internet services to the far municipalities of Tandubas and Sapa-Sapa before providing internet services dito sa Bongao. And their internet speed is really amazing. I mean, in terms of internet, I've been a Globe subscriber since 2018. And I just tried the Smart one just a few months ago. I think just last April. Now, in terms of uploading and watching videos online, Smart is really fast. But I think that there are just some areas that Smart is really fast and other areas naman Globe ang dominant. But regardless, so most of Tawi-Tawi is now connected online, which really was a big help, especially coming out from the pandemic. And yes, there are times na wala talagang signal and it could come up for days at a time pag minsan. But every time the signal comes back naman, there's some improvements kahit maliit. So we know that these internet service providers that we have are doing all the best that they can do for us to be able to experience very good internet connections. So now, let's talk about the present. Even as we speak, more areas are now getting connected online. We even have free Wi-Fi connections here in Tawi-Tawi ngayon dito sa municipalities of Bongao, Panglimasugala, Mapon, and even the far-flung area of Turtle Island. And that's due to the programs of the Department of Information, Communications and Technology. You see, what defines the 21st century is the internet. Social media is what connects us to the rest of the world. And now, maraming mga tao dito sa province ng Tawi-Tawi who make their transactions online na. So either if you're buying things online or if you have a shop and are selling things online, one way or another, you're connected to the internet. So yes, there are times that we experience lag while going online, and yes, I'll also admit that it's pretty frustrating to have a fixed time for us to stay connected sa internet. And yes, some of us really lose money if we have no connections for about 4 days and you're operating an online business. But, as the saying goes, you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. So we all have to experience network upgrades and no internet connections or mobile connections from time to time. Because when all of these things are said and done, we might get to experience the internet as it should be. Very fast, lag-free, and connected 24/7.